Walt Disney is known worldwide as the man of imagination. He has brought to life countless dreams, and today has created one of the largest corporations in history. But today, I would like to focus on the contributions that you may not be so familiar with. Specifically,
Are you just trying to run the slideshow?
yeah.
On the bottom, in the far right, next to the number 69. No, other way, other direction to your right. Back now, back. One more, two more, one more, there. And then just click on the button.
Specifically, his contributions to World War II. We will focus on three Disney short films: Dear Fuhrer Space, The Three Little Pigs, Education for Death, as well as take a look at some of the Disney animated cartoons Disney created for the armed forces. Towards the end of the Depression and the start of World War II, 94% of Disney's facilities were involved in the government in some form or another. This included production and training of propaganda films for the armed forces. The most widely known of these: The Three Little Pigs. Becoming a cornerstone in 1933, they received the Academy Award for Best Animated Film. Its original song, Who's Afraid of the Big Bad Wolf, inspired young Americans to stand firm against the Big Bad Wolf, or the Depression. As World War II loomed, it was adapted to represent the American stand against the Germans, making Hitler, of course, the Big Bad Wolf. Throughout the Depression and World War II, this song actually became an anthem for Americans. There were many requests from theaters for more cartoons featuring the pigs, which eventually led to the development of Three Little Wolves. Disney displays the wolves with German accents, songs about eating the pigs. Of course, the film ends with the pigs conquering over the wolves and sending them over the hill. This is one of Disney's first influential films to inspire public opinion of the Germans. Once the public opinion of the Germans had been established, he then went on to produce two films: Der Fuhrer Space, which hit theaters in 1943 and won the Oscar for Best Animated Short Film, as well as Education for Death, The Making of a Nazi, which is based on the anti-Nazi propaganda book by Gregor Zimmerman. In Der Fuhrer Space, Donald Duck wakes up in Naziland. He wakes up in Naziland, where windmills, trees, and fences are shaped like swastikas. The Germans are depicted as militaristic stooges, while the Japanese are characterized as grinning fools. As Donald toils away putting together warheads for Führer's army, he is basically going insane because he's constantly doing more and more warheads. He's constantly shouting, "Heil Hitler." Eventually, he goes insane again and wakes up with wearing his oh-so-perfect American flag pajamas, saying, "I am so glad to be a citizen of the United States." Many consider this film to be the most serious of shorts Disney ever created. However, they had yet to see Education for Deaf. This film did not feature the likes of Disney's Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck. Instead, it used impressive images to describe how children in Nazi Germany were raised to hate democracy and enter the war at all costs. Shown here is the little blonde Hans. His only purpose in life? Seeing nothing but what the party wants him to see, doing nothing but what the party wants him to do, and knowing nothing but what the party wants him to know. As he goes off to war, he eventually will die with his fellow soldiers. His education is complete. His education for death. Disney Studios churned out more than 200,000 feet of film in 1942 and 1943. This is 5 times what it was in times of peace. However, Disney wasn't just active in animated films. In 1942, Disney was approached by Lieutenant E.S. Caldwell of the Naval Office. He asked Disney to create a couple of emblems to place on their new torpedo boats, or marine boats. Disney came back with the perfect design. It was a mosquito with a czar's hat on his head and a tiny torpedo spread between his many legs. Once the boat hit the water, Disney was hit with dozens of requests for more emblems. With his workers working full-time, Disney created over 1,200 emblems for the armed forces. As war waged on, the message became clear, whether it was on the big screen, on the posters, or even on the military's pictures. The message became clear. Hang in there. We'll win if you all pitch in. This war is your war. These films' emblems have not only made the enemy look ridiculous, but allowed Americans to take a step back and laugh at their daily lives, even for just a few short minutes. Even at a time filled with fear and desperation, Walt Disney contributed to America in a way he may not have originally intended. He provided Americans with a hope and courage by simply providing life to imagination. Thank you.
All right, Najwa, what did you think?
I thought that the video clip at the beginning was kind of cool because it gave us like a little brief introduction of what her speech is going to be about without really telling us. So then that was kind of cool. And then I like how she stated what she was going to talk to us about, so we had an idea of what her speech was going to be about. She has a really strong voice, so it was really clear to hear her and everything. At certain points when she did pause a lot and stuff, it kind of brought, well, I don't know about everyone else, but it kind of took away from the speech when she would look at the note cards a little too much or kind of pause and stuff. But the visual was really nice. She was on top of her slides. She never felt short one or anything. And at the end, you knew she was done, and I thought she did really good.
All right. I think the video clip maybe goes on a little long when we're not getting any commentary. It's almost a minute, and so that's a big chunk of time that we're waiting for the topic to show up. I mean, we know it's going to be Disney-themed in some way. I thought you had a very good specific purpose statement and a good preview of what the contents was going to be. In the supporting material, you've got good examples that you make pretty interesting with your descriptions. I think I could use a little bit more citation of the authorities you consulted. At one point, you mentioned a percentage of the amount of time or energy that Disney was devoting to these kinds of efforts, and I don't know where that percentage came from. I don't know who established it. The idea that the three